In 2015, Google asked a question, a survey sort of, asked on the web, if Google's a genie, what would you want to change? What is one thing you want to fix, one thing in your life? A wish. And most of them, well, say the typical thing, I want to get richer, more famous, have a girlfriend, etc. But all the answers relate to one thing, change. Changing yourself, changing your relationship, changing how others look at you. But change is hard. How many here have tried to change and end up failing, please? Actually, not as much as I expected, but still, it's pretty hard. The Women's Rights Constitution has been there for 100 years, but I think now nobody will say the progress is done. I think the example I just show how long changes will take and how hard changes are. Changing yourself is difficult. Changing a society is difficult. But what about a world? Something that can change the fate of the whole world. What will it be? Of course, it will be quite impossible. But what if it is? What if a God comes here today and say, hey, what will you change about this world? There's a million problems around the world. Famine, poverty, disorders. And there's not one fix, one change that can fix them all. Of course, there's way too many things. And the solution that I want to find is the one that will eliminate most of the problem. One that can fix all of the problem while remains pretty interesting. So I decide, what if? Just what if there was 1 trillion more trees? Now, I know in the grand scheme of things, there's unlimited choices, infinity choices. Why did I pick more trees? 1 trillion of more trees. Well, trees actually fix quite a lot of problems. First things first, air quality. So look outside the window, look to your left, look to your right, it's gray. Now, contrary to popular belief, it should be blue, not gray. The reason why it's gray is because there's a lot of pollution there. CO2, gas, all these bad stuff. And the reason why tree can help us is it got photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is basically taking the CO2 in and pump the oxygen out. So they can fix our air quality and even reduce some climate change. And the second thing I want is, well, let's bring back to biology. Biodiversity. So, a lot of things live in trees, and I think it's like squirrels, birds, all these stuff, they all live in trees. And the Amazon forest have been cut down quite a lot, and it's estimated that 30% of the species, well, don't have a house anymore. So planting trees can be quite a good thing. Now, some of you might be wondering, like, who's gonna take care of the trees? Like, where do we plant the trees? Like 1 trillion of them. And I urge you guys to stop thinking about that. I'm not going too deep in the logistics of planting trees. But even though it might seem hard, like, of course, we can't just have 1 trillion trees out of nowhere. But what we can do is plant 1 tree. What if everybody planted 1 tree? That would be quite a billion, right? And what I want to say, what my message is not actually to change the world. Of course, we're 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds. We don't have the power to change the world. But I feel like a lot of people underestimate the power of a role model. Some guy who do something first, the rest follows. For example, Ethan washes his hand. I see him wash his hand, I also wash my hand. You see him wash his hand, you also wash your hand. The same as planting trees, the same as changing everything. A petition, sort of. And, well, don't try to change the world because we can't do that, it's too much pressure. So what I urge you guys to do is change yourself, and who knows, the world might follow. Thank you.